Hello everyone. Today I wanted to go through the books that I read in May. So I read about 8, 9 books, a lot of them audio, um, and most of them contemporary. Uh, I was in a contemporary phase and all the books that seemed interesting to me were just contemporary. So here we go. So the first one is The Bride Test by Helen Huang. So this is the second book in her series, and it was okay. I didn't like it as much as, or the characters weren't as likable as the Kiss Quotient, um, but it was still an enjoyable read. The next one is well, this picture was supposed to be of the honeymooners, but it's all blurry. So it's The Honeymooners by Christina Lauren, and this was such a cute book. It's about two people who hate each other but end up on a vacation together, and then they start falling for each other. This is like a really fun like summer read, um, and Christina Lauren, they just make really like very cute, sweet, romantic books. So I really like this one. The next one is The Accidental Beauty Queen by Terry Wilson, and I really, really like this one. There are so many Harry Potter and Jane Austen references in here. She is, I can identify with her so much because she's a nerd. And then the guy that she falls for in this story he gets her, and I really like that. And think I like the love interest in the story better than the main character. So that's the only thing. I'd probably give this maybe a 4 out of 5 stars. But altogether, a very fun and cute read. Accidental Beauty Queen. The next one is A Question of Holmes by Brittany Cavallaro. This is and the fourth and final book in her Sherlock Holmes retelling quartet, and I didn't like it as much as the first few books. I felt that the story, there was very little of Sherlock Holmes in the book. I mean, I picked up on a few references, but it wasn't enough to be like, oh, I want to find out more Sherlock Holmes references. So I'm kind of glad the series over because I'd be double thinking of picking up the next book. But the first few books in the series were good. This one, not so much for me. And then I read Jane by April Linder. And this is a retelling of Jane Eyre, but set during the 1980s. So it was kind of an interesting, just different setting. She stays pretty close to the book and story, so that was pretty interesting. And I'd probably give it a 3 or 4 stars out of 5 because I definitely like Jane Austen retellings. So anyway, Jane. And then I read Serious Moonlight by Jen Bennett. This is part of her kind of YA series. This is a story about a girl. She has sleep problems, and so because she has sleep problems, she takes a night shift for work. And there she meets somebody, and they go trying to find out a mystery about an author. So I think I still like Alex Approximately better, the first book in this series, better than this one, but this was still a very fun and cute read, and I really like the cover. But this kind of is her summer books. So yes, I think this was on one of my most anticipated books this year. So I read it. I'd probably give it maybe a 3 or 4 stars out of 5. The next one was Save the Date by Morgan Matson. This was a very long book. And this is a story about a girl and her family is getting ready to celebrate her sister's wedding, and then just things start happening and spinning out of control. It was okay. I did like that characters from her other book, The Unexpected Everything, make a little appearance in here. Um, the characters were not as likable in this book, I feel, and the other ones. Um, she was maybe kind of too idealistic, and the main character was too idealistic and was like, well, why don't people see things from my perspective? And that was kind of annoying. Um, but still, it was hearing about the wedding and just all the mishaps was kind of fun, but still not as good as the first book that I read of hers. The next one was Field Notes on Love by Jennifer E. Smith. This is a story about two people who go on a cross-train trip in the United States, and they learn about each other. I thought I would like this story. I unfortunately did not. Um, a lot of times both characters were kind of like, they just couldn't kind of see past the end of their own nose and like different things about their families and stuff like that, and you just kind of wanted to tell them, you're blind. So just the characters just didn't do it for me. And I throughout the book I was like, okay, when is it over? When is it over? I really like Jennifer E. Smith's books, so I will probably when she writes another one, I will probably read her next books. But this one just didn't do it for me. I'd probably give this a 1 or 2 stars. And then the last one I read was Enchanté. This is another huge book. This is kind of a French Revolution setting about a girl. She has a magic dress, and she has magic within her, and she can change things into money, and just like what happens. This reminded me a lot of the Caravel books. So if you like the Caravel books, you will like this book. But I believe this is just a standalone, so it's very fun. That I really enjoyed it. So I would probably give this 4 stars out of 5. So, because the setting and the characters and the story, I just really enjoyed. So those were the books that I read in May. Just a quick little video. Anyway, hope you liked this video. Like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.